Hey guys, this is Dreaming of Diamond, and we are so excited to be talking about kicking off November, our leadership calls with a subject that has literally changed everything for the course of this team. And when this practice came into play, it was at the beginning of 2020. You guys, we've always been doing three-way messages, like all my OGs, my vintage folks, I don't even know what to call us, right? We've been doing this forever, but I feel like it really got tightened up in 2020 because we were jammed. We were busy, we were moving, we had a new, we just had a lot of new momentum that required us to elevate ourselves. And so I'm going to describe that process so that we can get really clear on how to continue to do that, because it really changed everything. And so three-way messages are something that what I've learned is that there can be some hesitation, right? If somebody has joined you that is super strong, they may not love the idea of roping you in. And you guys, leaders, we can't take offense to that, because what we want are strong people to join us, but we also have to pivot around strong people. And so all we can do is continue to share what works. What I know is that even some of my level, like I have level ones that still like to add me in. Like years later, like we love it. We just feel like we're stronger together, and it doesn't have anything to do, it doesn't mean anything about us. And so what I want you to continue to always share with your teams and your leaders is, look, when I can teach you this way, you're going to have such a clear path on how to duplicate and scale your business that it's going to get really, really easy. It's going to get really, really fun. And so let me show you. Run with me for 30, 45 days in this way for your potentials so that you can see what I am doing. And you can honestly have the opportunity to, do it, duplicate it, right? And that's what the whole point is. Okay, and so here's what it looks like. These three-way messages are really critical, and they follow a very particular format, and they actually happen fast. If you're on here and you have enjoyed these three-way messages, like, do you guys raise your hand? Do you love these three-way messages? Because it can be very, very, very fast, and that's really what we want. So, this has been, and like I wanted to just reiterate, it's been the most important tool in duplicating and scaling for me. And I believe that, of course, when that happens for me, I am I'm just that, magnified common denominator of what's going on with everybody else. And so that to me says that it's working for you. Scaling really, I'm sure that we all know this, but scaling just means the ability to grow your business, the ability to exponentially move your business to double, to triple, to, moving it forward. And duplicating it's really connected to scaling, just because when we duplicate, we teach other people how to be successful. And then that's what creates what we call sleep money, right? That's what creates that residual income, that we are making money while we're sleeping. And it's because we've taught people how to be successful. And so we have to invite people to do this with us for 30 to 45 days. And you guys, there are going to be people that are very hesitant to do this. You can't take offense to it. It's because they want to do it themselves. They, want to, learn by doing. But we just have to just continue to offer. And really, this has been the people that are the most successful operate in this fashion with their teams. But this is how three-way messages work. You or somebody on your team will find the potential, right? A variety of ways. That finding the potential is not part of this training. So we've got the potential. So then you're going to then ask for openness of that potential, right? Hey, oh my gosh, thanks for commenting on my post. Like, I'd love to share a little bit more with you. Maybe you've sent a cold message. Maybe you're talking in person. Whatever that looks like, you're going to ask for openness to learn more. Okay. Even if you don't use the term learn more, you say, look, I'd love to share a little bit more with you about this. Are you okay with that? The open-ended questions are as important as the three-way messages. And I have open-ended like my team's like, if I hear the word open-ended question one more time, right? You're like, okay, we get it. But seriously, it's like all connected. So anyway, so we're asking for openness. Okay. We have that potential, and we're just basically asking like, are you good with me sharing a little bit more? Is it fine with you? There are several ways. I've got examples at the end. Okay. So asking for openness, there's a variety of ways to do that. And then at that point, you would start the message with, so you'd be advising that somebody start the message with you in this fashion, or you're starting the message in this fashion. Okay. Doesn't matter how long we've been in this business, three-way messages work. Do you know why? Three-way messages bring in a third party. And like I will give, and Melissa is on here, so she's going to laugh when she hears me say this, but you know, like my family could care less about any experience I have with these, okay? But if I brought in a stranger that was like, came with confidence, they'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Sounds good, right? And you're sitting there like, oh my God, I'm so annoyed. Okay, so like, it doesn't matter. Just know that sometimes that third party validation is so super critical for other people, and we can't make it mean anything about us, right? We cannot make it mean that we don't have the knowledge, our business isn't moving, that we're not valid. We got to throw that out the window, okay? Bring in the other person. All that matters is the yes. We're moving, baby. We're setting goals. It does not matter what it takes to get the job done. So check that ego at the door. Just let's move. Okay. So we're asking for openness. We start the message. And so then what you're going to do is, if you are the person, we're just operating as though we're the person starting the message. We're introducing and we're asking a question. Okay. So I'm going to say something like, oh my gosh, Linda, hey, oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm letting somebody in right now, you guys. Just 1 second. I just want to make sure that she's going to be muted in just a minute. Hey, I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. As I shared, my girlfriend Donna has a lot of experience with dealing with like chronic fatigue. And so I added her in here so that she could just share her experience, share a little bit more about how you're feeling day to day. So you're introducing and you're asking an open-ended question. You're getting the ball rolling. And I can promise you that you're not going to give a lot of information. We're just allowing them to continue to share. Nobody cares what you know until you're interested in what's happening with them. You don't even know what to offer until we understand what is going on with them. So we've asked an open-ended question to start the ball rolling. Okay. We've already asked if they're open to learning more. Okay. And now we've started the message and we ask something to prompt them to speak. So this is where it's going to come down to what they say. Okay. We have no idea what they're going to say. There's no way to coach this other than the process after they answer. So let's say, she answers and she's saying, I've not been feeling very well at all. Every time, I eat something, I'm just feeling really, bogged down. I'm not sleeping well at night. And you say this, oh my goodness, I am so sorry to hear that. I've heard that so many times before. You do something to help them know that you get it. I'm not asking you to lie, okay? What I'm asking you to do is appeal to them as a human being, and either you have experience with that or someone you know has experience with that and how debilitating it is. You say something like that. I am so sorry to hear this. That sounds terrible. And then you ask another open-ended question. For me, if I would have been in that exact message, I would say, are you taking any medications at this time? Okay. Let them answer. Again, these are open-ended questions. We're not even offering information at this time. We're allowing them to open up by continuing to appeal to their nature, right? Appeal to what they're sharing, identify and connect with what they're sharing, and just ask an open-ended question. And I would say that you need to do this just 2 to 3 times. Okay. If it's a more particular case, or if you feel like, okay, I've jumped into something a little bit more confusing, then ask as many questions as you want, but you're always ending with an open-ended question every time. Okay. Every single time. But let's say you get a sense and you're like, I'm pretty sure that this person, you're thinking this in your head, I'm pretty sure that this person is a triplex person. I'm pretty sure this is going to be something that really, they can connect with, or, I'm feeling like, maybe, you are gathering that their nutrition is poor, right? You would come up with something that you feel like is a recommendation. And that is why you're in the message with an upline, or that is why somebody is in the message with you, is that upline, so that everyone is learning. No one has to be an expert. No one needs you to be an expert. What we need to do is get somebody to open up. And here's the deal. This is what we know. We have leaders threads. We have the opportunity to go into like a side message and get that recommendation. But once we do, once you have asked a couple open-ended questions and they've been talking, this is what you say. I know exactly what is going to help you feel better. I'm so excited. You send them the triplex video, or you send them a graphic of the one that you have picked for them. Okay. And again, this is what is so incredible about doing these three-way messages, is that either you are the person learning, or there is somebody learning with you, but we don't have to know a ton. Like, we've got so many resources, right? We're not giving a lot of information. So at this point, we send the video or we send a graphic, and then we say, what do you think about this? Remember, we've not given any information other than a video, encouragement, or a graphic. Okay. And we say, what do you think about this? And then they have the opportunity to come back and answer. Okay. And so they're going to either say, great, this looks so great. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. I've been feeling terrible. Oh my God, that looks so good. And you say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Would you rather me sign you up myself or send you instructions? So here's what's going to happen at that time. They're either going to be good to go, or they're going to have more questions. So either way, we get the opportunity to meet them exactly where they're at. Okay. If they're ready to go, they're going to say, oh, I'm ready. Like, just, yeah, if you could sign me up, that'd be great. Like, whatever. Or they're going to send me the instructions or whatnot. Okay. Maybe they've got a question about price and they say, I mean, this looks really, really good. So what's the price? You share what the price is and you say, it's, there's a couple different ways to buy, but everything I know about what you're looking for, you're going to get this for $109. We've got, you describe whatever's happening. Okay. So we know that, those things change from month to month. Okay. And then you say, how does this sound? You literally never send a message and don't ask an open-ended question. Okay. So then another thing, maybe they are like, what are the ingredients? Like, you guys, this is the thing. When you are focused on moving them forward and down the process, and you end everything with an open-ended question, that is when you're going to understand. Gone are the days that we're going to be ghosted. Now, they might ghost you. Okay, whatever. Like, we can't control that. But very rare are going to be the times when we don't know exactly what they're thinking, because we have asked them those questions that tease it out. Okay, how does this look? Well, it looks really good, but like, my husband isn't going to let me do this. Oh my gosh, I hate hearing that. What are his thoughts? Right? We constantly ask those open-ended questions, and that is what allows us to give them exactly what they need. Okay, so here are some of the open-ended question examples. And guys, these are my favorite. So like, if you ever get caught, just shoot me a message and I can help. Like, but by the way, I still get caught when it's my own situation. So don't feel like you're ever going to master this, because I haven't, or maybe you will, and then you can teach me. So anyways, so here's a great one. How does this sound? Okay. How does this sound? What do you think? Or what do you think about this? Something shorter. This okay? Thoughts? Thoughts I would use as little as possible just because I feel like it's a little bit more generic, but in the proper context, I feel like thoughts does work. Okay. I use thoughts a lot when I'm asking somebody if they're open to sharing. I'm just going to be honest with you, not necessarily in the product selection process. Are you open to fill in the blank? Are you open to this? Are you open to meal replacements? Are you open to supplementation? By the way, you can use these in all kinds of different ways. Okay, so just, take this for what it's worth. Are you open to doing your coffee a little bit later in the day? Maybe they have a barrier about the coffee and the pink drink and whatever. Always that open-ended question. Does this sound like what you had in mind? Okay, lots of different options. Okay, so just the last thing that I would say is that I really always offer to sign them. I really always offer. Now, there are going to be people that are not open to that. Okay. But the fact that we don't have to do the social security number anymore, is really freeing, right? We don't have to get weird. I only had a couple people tell me no on the signing them up, or that they wouldn't do the social, in my 7 years. But I think that it really has created a barrier for a lot of our team members. They didn't feel like they were comfortable to ask that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. It took practice, and sometimes you're okay with it. Sometimes you aren't, but just know that, just offering to sign them if they, that's a customer service element. And that can be helpful. If you do offer to sign them and they say yes, you just, oh, great. You want to hop on the phone, and then we have the graphics that will give them the information that they need to give. So again, this comes down to always moving them through the process with those open-ended questions. And this can be a very fast process. And that's why I wanted to have a training on this, because when done appropriately, all the barrier of feeling like you need a lot of information to sell these products is gone. We have very, very explanatory graphics that say exactly what things do. If you ever also, on a side note, if you want to learn a little bit more about each product, the feature, in our shop area, you can just go to your shop area in the virtual office and just look at the features and the benefits, and just kind of get dangerous with that language a little bit. Again, we feel like these potentials know that we're feeling insecure, but they have no idea, right? We just have to come and ask them. Let's make it about them. We don't have to worry about what's missing in us, because number one, nothing is missing in us. Okay. We were born qualified and worthy. Okay. Period. And number two, we need to serve them, and we won't know how to serve them until we ask a bunch of those questions. Right. And then we have tons of team resources where we get the opportunity to say, oh my gosh, I've got this person. This is what they say. What do you think? Send me that. I don't know how many times I get text messages what is this? Tell me what to do. And it's not because you might not have the knowledge. It's that we just we're excited. We get in the moment. We're like, oh my God, they're going to say yes. And then we just lose all of our knowledge. It happens to me too. I don't know how many times I've been in the middle, getting ready to start a training or something. I'm like, I don't know, it's gone, but that's just a human nature. So just lean on us. That's the thing that is best about our team, is that we are stronger together. We don't have to have all the information, because we have a web of literally thousands of us that want to be successful. We don't have to carry all that weight on ourselves. All we have to do, our only responsibility, is talking about the products, getting people into conversations, and inviting people into opportunities to learn a little bit more. And that's really as simple as it is. And when we can just accept that, and that we can share that with the people on our teams, things get really fun and they get really fast, and it's all good. So I'm going to stop recording. If anybody has questions, please let me know. Hang on one second.